Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, and the game is out here looking to rekindle his relevance from 2005, but instead he's looking like, in quotes, Lot's wife in the process. This sums it up. This man turned into a mountain of salt over the Super Bowl, and today we have more links to 50 Cent and Eminem's latest single, The King and I. More on this in a bit. Drake also surprised the internet a few hours before midnight, revealing a surprise drop on the way. And now that it's out, the first impressions are in. And spoiler alert, Drake and Kendrick fans are clashing on social media right now. And we'll start with a mysterious photo of Eminem that surfaced online thanks to Spotify when The King and I dropped. But before we dive in, West Side Boogie's new album is out, so check it out if you haven't, and tell us what you think later in the comments section. So we'll start with the mysterious Eminem photo that surfaced thanks to Spotify initially, when they shared The King and I on Twitter. That sparked questions. Can you guys clarify where's this photo from, or give credit to the photographer? And some theories have already popped up. My theory is this could be an album rollout. I can't imagine this being a picture of the King and I music video because it doesn't fit that vibe at all. I could be wrong though, shrugs emoji. Hoping for an album rollout though, and I think that makes more sense. I'd love a June album. And check this out from Eminem's photographer/director on IG. Hey, we working over here. The King and I, featuring CeeLo Green and produced by Dr. Dre, is out now. And guess who was spotted under Eminem's album artwork designer, Mike Saputo, doing some trolling/teasing. Does this mean there's a new album coming out? Ever associate trolling fans right now? But what are your thoughts on the photo? To me, it looks to be cropped from an unreleased video, and a user dropped a reminder. Just remember, the last time we got an unexplained pic, it came with a new music video and a whole deluxe album within a week, just saying. And moving on, Drake surprised the internet a few hours before his album dropped when he shared this on IG. 7th studio album, Honestly Nevermind, out at midnight, and in the hours leading up to its drop, Kendrick vs. Drake got heated. Drake about to outsell Kendrick Lamar tonight with his surprise drop 100% shrugs emoji. They just not on the same level. More before it dropped when Drake dropped his second album within a year and outsell Kendrick with no promo. In quotes, real hip hop Twitter finna have a freaking seizure. And some even brought Kanye into the mix. Drake dropped last year to prove he could outsell Kanye, and now that Kendrick has dropped this year, he finna drop again, laughing emoji. But now that it's dropped, many first impressions are along these lines. I thought this album was gonna be lit. It sounds like you can wash dishes with this album, and this went viral. Drake better stop hanging around with Jack Harlow, because what the F is this? And more, I love Drake, but this is some elevator bum music if we're being honest. And some Kendrick fans have hit back. I think I speak for everyone when I say that Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is better than Drake's last two albums. But regardless of the perceived quality, some believe this will still outsell Kendrick's album. This Drake album is horse crap, but it's gonna somehow manage to outsell Kendrick because of the army of sick bomb industry. And more along these lines, I see Drake made an album perfectly suited for Uncle Waffles. This is a dance album, and to prove that he can outsell Kendrick, and he probably will, lately the youth listens to microwave albums. Well, in the end, music is subjective, but what are your thoughts on Drake's new album so far? But on a side note, some have concluded Drake hella petty for dropping on Kendrick Lamar's birthday, loudly crying emoji. Moving on, brace yourselves as we got some cringe incoming thanks to the game. You've been warned, I won't be responsible if... And check this out from Game's latest interview. The Game put 50 Cent on blast for his strange relationship with his son, and apparently Game was asked hypothetically what he'd choose between recording an album or doing a film with 50 Cent. He chose a film, and check this out, if we're on the opposite sides in a movie, I think the movie is he abandoned his son, and I come in, you know what I'm saying, to the baby moms, and show her, a real dad is. He went on to say, at first, he warming up. He don't call me dad. The type of parenting and the type of fatherhood that I, adhere to children, that I put on children, it's like only a certain amount of time before he gonna be calling me, dad. It's like me and him, I don't really F with him because he abandoned his kid, his own child, his flesh and blood, and then I come along and pick up the pieces. Oh, but more cringe material was on the way from Game. It's getting concerning at this point. It's pretty much Stan's story arc, just like MGK before him, as after Eminem dropped The King and I, Game took to IG to react. Hey man, this who better than me? Laughing emojis.
What is it then? It's desperation.